2 lights, 3 lights. You know what's coming, don't you? Ready? You ready? Let's go! I think Rubens braked a bit early for that corner. It seemed a little early to me.
Well, I think he put himself up the inside to cover his position. Michael was slow away alongside him on the grid. Rubens went to cover. There's no point in them running back. It's under safety car. It's not going to be red flagged. So we have a scenario where you cannot restart the race, even if the spare car's ready for you.
Bad news for the Sauber team, bad news for this man, Rubens Barrichello. So happy, so relaxed after getting pole position yesterday. We can tell you the driver's out. Jenson Button, Alan McNish, unfortunately, on his debut with the Toyota team. Felipe Massa, we've seen Rubens Barrichello as well, who's now talking furiously with Jean Todt, who's telling him, no, it's all over, Rubens, I'm afraid. Giancarlo Fisichella, a splendid qualifying for him, for Jordan in 8th place. He's out, Panis is out, Heidfeld is out, and Salo has come into the pit lane. Ted, what can you tell us?
Well, James, Ralf Schumacher's just arrived back outside the Williams garage. He looks fine. It was a huge crash, went somersaulting over as we saw. It was a massive crash, but he is fine, just shaking his head, talking to Sam Michael, the Williams technical boss. Now, we think Kimi Räikkönen is coming in. We think he's damaged his nose cone. Yes, here he comes in for a stop. They have a new nose cone for him. They're currently taking the car off the jacks. They will change the tyres anyway. And yes, they replaced the nose cone, putting a new one on with a new front wing assembly as well. He's gesturing towards Ron Dennis. I'm not quite sure what that's all about. But here we go. The tyre's on, the nose is on. He's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. There seems to be something wrong with the back of his seat, James.
Maybe he's got some debris that's gone down the back. It's not really costing him any time. Because the safety car is out, he can rejoin, albeit at the back, but quite clearly there's some debris or maybe some gravel. He went through the gravel. Raikkonen locked a wheel into that first corner, went very, very deep into the gravel, and probably just sitting on some sharp stones. Imagine having just one stone in your shoe. Well, a seat full of stones, and he's really not wanting to pull 3 to 4G around a racetrack without pressing into his spine. But he hasn't cost himself any time, because the pack are behind the safety car. He will rejoin last, but hey, it doesn't matter this afternoon, does it? Now look, Ralf had a fabulous start, and this is why I suspect Rubens went over to cover his position. Rubens then started to come back, and Ralf unsighted, really.
It's lap 4 of the Australian Grand Prix, and do not adjust your sets. They do seem to be going very slowly. That's because we haven't been racing. We've been behind a safety car, but now we are racing. And as they come across the start-finish line this time, we'll go green for lap 5 of the Australian Grand Prix. David Coulthard in the lead then. He's got a good drive out of the final corner. Jarno Trulli is second. Montoya is third. Michael Schumacher, the danger man, in 4th place. Eddie Irvine for Jagger in 5th. De La Rosa 6th. Sato up in 7th place, and Mark Webber in 8th. But watch Montoya. Already he's looking racy. Already he looks like he's going to make a challenge on Trulli.
And this is the difficult part of the restart now. Their tyre pressures will be down 4 or 5 PSI. Montoya very slow there. Has he got a problem, or did he just outbrake himself in having a look around Jarno Trulli? But that's allowed and released Michael Schumacher immediately. But the tyre pressures are down 4 or 5 PSI, so the ride heights are down 2 to 3 mil, and it's absolutely critical for the balance and the overall grip that you have. And this is where experience counts, no doubt about it, for a Grand Prix driver.
Williams mechanics out in the pit lane for Juan Montoya. Perhaps he's got some kind of problem. Certainly, that looked like a very strange incident, not the kind of thing we expect from a driver of Montoya's caliber, if indeed it was a driver error. But the mechanic's ready. Maybe he's got a puncture because they're getting tyres out in the pit lane. But look at Michael Schumacher, already crawling all over the back of the Renault of Jarno Trulli. Trulli will be looking for a podium today. He won't want to do anything stupid, but Michael Schumacher, he's looking for the win.
Yes, he is, and Jarno Trulli having to go defensive straight away. They're on lap 6 at the moment, and truly under an awful lot of pressure from Michael. Michael dancing around in his